So Drop is a 3D side-scrolling puzzle game that we've been developing for Android for quite a while now. And so basically the protagonist is a drop of water. So you as a player get to play as a drop of water. And the objective is, to put in simple words, is going from point A to point B. And on the way you come across a lot of hurdles, and the entire game and story is about how you overcome these hurdles using the limited resources that you have in your hand. The first would be the mechanics themselves. So the major mechanics of this game revolve around properties of water. Like for example, as a drop of water, if you are exposed to sunlight, you start evaporating and slowly reducing in size. And if you stay there for too long, you die. And if there's something on the top while you're evaporating, it condenses underneath it, just like what happens in kitchen when you're cooking and there's a lid on top of your utensil. So tiny droplets start forming underneath it. So it's basic kitchen, everyday kitchen things. So we anticipate players to connect with these mechanics very quickly right away. And the other, I would say, is the universe and the way the narrative revolves around the universe. So we have put a lot of emphasis on the storytelling aspect of this entire game. So there's a beginning and there's end to this story and the game itself. So we focused a lot on bringing Celtic folklore into the entire universe of the game itself. So you will see magical creatures like trolls and sirens and other everyday creatures like frogs and things like that. And also artistically, you'll see very subtle references to Celtic folklore and mythology as you travel across the game. So the third part is environmental storytelling. Since the entire game focuses a lot on narrative and the storytelling aspect of it, we thought putting a few visual elements which have a story to tell for people who are interested to see them will add a lot to the game itself. So it's not something where we'll point you to see, look and see that, hey, there's something here. It's something people might or might not discover while they are playing the game. So, and for the people who will discover it, it's going to be an amazing experience. Once we had the concept, we had to look for games which might act as our inspirations. So it didn't really start off as, okay, we like this game, for example, and let's make a game similar to this. So it was the other way around. So once we came up with the concept, we checked the app stores, we checked YouTube for any games which resembled or which can give inspiration to the concept that we have as of now. So one of the main inspiration would be Unravel, because it takes place on a similar scale and it has the similar mood and feel that we too want to convey with our game. Apart from that, I think it will be Limbo and games like Inside, because they have a lot of puzzle elements and even they are side scrollers. The interesting thing about the concept was that we did not choose the platform after we came up with the concept, but rather we developed the concept for the mobile platform, and that's the reason why majority of the mechanics are very simple to understand and use. So one of the main challenges we faced entirely as a team was developing it for Android devices. So as a team, we did not know how far we could push the limits with respect to programming, physics, or even art and lighting, things like that. So we had to do this on the go. So we had to first experiment, test if it was possible or not, and then make changes accordingly. So I think that was one of the major challenges that we faced. Yes, so we know that the market is heavily dominated by casual games, but I think the reason why it will stand out is because it's not a casual game. And I think there are very less games out there which provide you a storytelling experience with such simple mechanics on a device like your own smartphone or tablet. So that way we look at it as something which will definitely stand out in the marketplace. Yes, of course. There are always things that could have been done better and things like that, but where we are as of now, I'm really happy. Yes. Yeah, I would not like to be a project manager for this sort of a team. Never be a project manager.